Hello, and welcome to my new moon in Virgo tarot card reading, energy reading for August 2022 and the next lunar month that is beginning on Saturday this year. So I am sitting in a new space. I decided that instead of sitting at my desk, I would come to where I do my own energy readings with tarot cards down here on the floor in my meditation room with my purple wall behind me. You can't see, but right above my head is this beautiful big Buddha that is bringing us all kinds of magical energy. So I'm really excited for this shift in how I'm going to be sharing these tarot card readings with you. I am going to pull 3 cards in this first public video that's going to go on YouTube, and then I will have an extended reading that will be available for an exchange of $11 and includes a meditation, a guided meditation that I will have the link to below. So yeah, if you find value in what I share, then come play with me in the next level of what is going to come through. All right, this deck that I'm using for this reading is going to be the OSHO Zen Tarot deck. I've been kind of shuffling for a few minutes. I haven't still figured out how to shuffle and pull where you can see it, so I'm just going to kind of hold it up like this. We're going to pull 3 cards. One is for the collective now, what is happening collectively for all of us. One is for the individual now. And then the other is for the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. And we'll just kind of see what's happening with Virgo energy. Some of my favorite humans are Virgos, and so I'm really a big fan of Virgo energy. All right, we're going to pull for the individual now first, which is maturity. And I'll show you these cards again. The collective now. Is this not the collective now? Oh my God. The mind. And the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. Harmony. How beautiful is that? It's interesting how, I don't think we've had those in a little bit. It's interesting how all 3 of them are full faces. Let me just show you. Because a lot of the cards don't have faces in the decks. But they're all even the same positioning, like the heart, chest area, and then up into the head. I don't think I've ever pulled 3 cards in a row that are like so human. It's the human structure. And then also the different energies flowing around each of the heads. Like this one almost looks like a bubble of protection. This one clearly is like... And then this one is like this connection, this harmony with the energy of water. What's beautiful too is the music I'm playing is, what is it called? Ocean of Music, Ocean of Worlds. I'll put the link to it. It's such a beautiful playlist. It's all water music. I don't know. It's amazing. So I'll show you that. But it definitely aligns with this card. Like even the image on the Spotify playlist looks like it could be this. So okay, let's dive in together. This is the individual now. So I'm going to hold the card so you can kind of take a look. See what you see. Like what do you notice first? What jumps out at you the most about this card? Because you'll see things first before what I will see, and then I'll just add to it. All right. So what it reminds me of right away, my sister used to collect, I think she still does, she has these paintings that are really beautiful of like a Japanese sort of geisha woman, I think. And it's like a white picture, but then there are all these beautiful flowers that are painted, I mean, just like this, that are painted into like her kimono, if I'm saying the words correctly, and then all around her face. But it's also almost like a profile of the face. You can't quite see full on compared to like this, which is full looking directly on. So what I get from this when I'm looking at the card is this is individually, right? So individually, it's like I am within myself having this beautiful, peaceful, gorgeous experience There's all this, like the colors of the flowers, the beauty inside. She's like, I'm having this experience in me. And also, I'm going to put a film or a protection around it, a bubble around it, so that you can't come into my experience. You can't alter or impact my experience. I'm going to be in this little bubble over here, and you can't damage it or harm it or impact it in a negative way. That's what I see here for the individual now. The card is maturity. I would not say that all of us individually are mature yet. I think we're trying, we're moving towards that, but I don't think we're all at full maturity. I think we have, myself included, a lot more growing up to do. But when I look at this, it feels very protective. It feels like a sign of our maturing, a sign that we are evolving and owning our energy space more, is that we have this protective energetic space where we don't necessarily allow others to negatively impact, like the mind, right? We don't allow this shit into here. That's probably the clearest way I could say it. Maybe we'll put them side by side. Here's the collective now. It's a hot freaking mess. And here's the individual, me, you, those who are called to watch this video. And we're like, yeah, no. I don't want this. I'm going to be in this. So I'm going to have a little like force field or bubble around myself and not allow you to come into this beautiful energy field that is so peaceful. Oops. Like, this is a sign of maturity. This is the sign of the collective energy. Are you a match to that? Do you feel that? Maybe you're like, no, this is my reality. This is me. This is who I am. I feel like for me, I've kind of gone back and forth between these over the last few weeks. It's been a really intense shift. Just a lot of energies, the 8/8 portal and the full moon in Aquarius. I've talked about it in other places. And now here we are moving into Virgo energy, which is to me very much about like, okay, let's get practical. Let's get the details together. Let's come up with a healthy, optimal plan for our lives. Like, let's get these things organized, which could feel overwhelming and like you're melting. Look at his face, it's like melting, his lips. It could feel like this, but individually, what if we could create this within ourselves? What if we could own the fact that we have done a lot of maturing in our journey, that we have been learning how to be more peaceful within ourselves? And so sometimes we'll put a little protective energy field around there so that we can breathe and create and enjoy this human journey more, because this is not very enjoyable. I mean, it's familiar, it's comfortable, it's not necessarily enjoyable. This is enjoyable. So let's see. I don't normally read from the cards, but I think this will be helpful for us to read a little bit about. 158. It's literally the last card in the deck, which makes sense, right? Like, that would be the way that we wrap up our journey. All right, let me read you a little nugget from this card. Okay. This figure stands alone. Do I have it right? Yeah. Silent and yet alert. The inner being is filled with flowers that carry the quality of springtime and regenerate wherever he or she goes. This inner flowering and the wholeness that he or she feels affords the possibility of unlimited movement. She can move in any direction. Within and without, it makes no difference, as her joy and maturity cannot be diminished by externals. She has come to a time of centeredness and expansiveness. The white glow around the figure is her protection and her light. All of life's experiences have brought her to this time of perfection. When you draw this card, know well that the moment carries a gift. for hard work well done. Your base is solid now, and success and good fortune are yours, for they are the outcome of what has already been experienced within. Isn't that beautiful? I feel like if you aren't currently feeling this way, if you are feeling this, then maybe this video is showing up to say to you, focus on being within. Focus on finding your centeredness, your steadiness within yourself. Put an energy field of white light around yourself and feel like all the beauty that is inside of you. Everything that you already know you are. Like, remember that. Remember that. So that when this comes up, you have the reminder. Wait, I don't have to have this all the time. I can come back to this. And this will like dance in and around, and I can come back to this. And then more of this will pop up, and I just come back. That is your focus. If that is what you are moving towards and setting your attention towards all the time, this is going to be less and less distracting for you. You'll be able to feel that it's collective and not yours, because this is more your truth. Pretty cool. So let's talk about the mind. What do you notice as I hold this in place? What jumps out at you first? You know what I can see today that I haven't always seen is it's almost like the face overall here, it has like a shocked, confused, fearful expression underneath all of that activity and fire and things burning and falling. It's almost like, like what happened? What's going on? What is that? There's that sense of I don't understand. I don't know. What is going? That to me feels very much like collective energy right now. That there's so many new pieces of information, so many revelations, and exposés, and did you know, and have you heard, and here's the latest thing that someone tried to pull over on us, or this is the latest corruption. There's so much of that energy going around, and the media is so fast at sending that message out. And I believe it keeps us in this constant state of like, what? Huh? What? Wait, I just figured this out, and now you're bringing me this, and what is happening? And when we're constantly in the swirl of confusion and fear and not knowing what's true and what isn't true and who to believe and who not to believe, we are not this. Feel the contrast. This, it doesn't matter what shit show is happening. It doesn't matter. You're like, okay, so what do I know to be true? Right? And when you can come back to that within yourself, like, okay, what do I know in me is immovable, unshakable, never-ending truth, right? I am peace. I am. Just start with that. I am. I exist. I'm here. I am. That's true. So then all this shit comes up, and you're like, I'm still here. I'm still able to choose presence, peacefulness, being in my body, not in my mind, down in my heart. You can, right? Like bring everything back inside of yourself. That's this. This is constant uncertainty and not knowing. Well, that's kind of life. Life is always going to have uncertainty, and there's always going to be things we don't know, and the future is going to surprise us. And if we can keep our focus on it, it's going to surprise us in ways that I can handle, in ways that are going to be for my highest and best good. Even if I don't understand it or know how, it's going to be for my best. And so I trust that there will always be beauty if I can keep my focus on finding the beauty, on finding the light. I'm going to be okay. Everything around me is going to be okay. All is going to work in my highest and best good. If we keep coming back to this just doesn't have the same impact. It doesn't have the same spin. We can turn off all the channels that are saying, believe this, do that, right? We can turn that noise down and just continue to find the beauty in each moment, and the beauty in the relationships, and the beauty in the work that we're doing, and the beauty in the food that we're preparing. We can just slow it all down and be present for this moment in this life. And then that newsflash story will dissipate, and there will be another one, but that one, we didn't get caught in the spin of it. And so when that one arrives and everyone's talking, we just didn't get caught in that, right? I think many people have told me, you just live in your own reality. You live in your own world. Why aren't you watching this or that, or keeping up with this person? Or I'm like, it's not relevant to my everyday, and the ways that the collective energy is relevant to my everyday, I can accept those pieces from this state of steadiness within myself. Like, it's showing up because there's some reason I need to engage with it, but I can engage with that from a place of centeredness, not from this, the world's going to end, I'm going to melt, the whole thing is falling apart. Like, that energy, I believe, is magnified and amplified when we talk about it and keep talking about it and keep expanding it. There's a great clip I saw, a little thing on Instagram. Dr. Zach Bush was being interviewed, and it was the first time I'd seen it. They asked him like a quick question. He had to respond right away, like 10 questions. And the second question was, what do you want people to stop asking you about? What do you not want to talk about anymore with people? And he was like, oh man. And then he's like, coronavirus. And I thought, yes, that was his truth. That was his truth. He's like, I've been in this for how long? OMG. Right? Can we not anymore? The mind can spin us, and it will just keep spinning us over and over and over and over again. So when you can breathe and you can come into your own centeredness and like, okay, right, I'm here. I am. I exist. I choose to look for beauty. I choose to feel peace. When you can do that over and over and over again, that becomes your reality. And highest potential for the next month, you are this. You are this peacefulness in your heart that then loops up around into your crown, your third eye, and then calms your mind. You are inner harmony. So take a look and see what you notice about this card. Oops, that way. Yeah. So dolphins represent joy and play and fun and lightness. You can see the magic, the sparkles in the water that they're bringing behind them. I just did a podcast last week. It was called Hearing Our Fairies. Guys love podcast Hearing Our Fairies. I'll put the link to that below. If you're looking for some magic, a contrast to this, if you're looking for some magic, then that podcast is all about magical realms, believing that there is more than what we can actually see. If you notice, this figure's eyes are closed. Like, I'll say it's a she. She doesn't have to see the dolphins to believe and feel what is happening energetically in this loop between her heart, her third eye, her crown. She's just feeling the magic, feeling that inner alignment with the universe, with dolphins, with water, with everything. So she doesn't need to open her eyes to see it because it's already real inside of her. How beautiful is that? To have harmony as the highest possibility for the next lunar cycle. To move collectively from this, or even just individually, from this to this. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right, I am going to wrap this up and pull some cards in our extended reading. I encourage you to just sit with what those brought up inside of you. If you don't have the OSHO Zen deck and these cards, you're like, wow, buy the OSHO Zen deck and then read the descriptions, or learn a little bit more about what these cards are telling you, what the message is. Or you can do the extended video and we'll go deeper. If you feel like this is me, I can't get out of this reality and I really want to move to this, then I suggest doing the meditation that I'm going to create next, and it will be a pathway, a guide into that experience for you. So, have a beautiful new moon in Virgo. I am sending you so much love.